Please join me in welcoming everyone to today's podcast. It should be a very educational and invaluable episode, I believe.
And now here's your host of BioNexus Health Podcast, Dr. Jodie A. Dashore.
Introduce yourself. So, Benny, shall we start with you?
Okay, it's Benazir Zainab. People know me because I'm the moderator of the group. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And you're
one thing more.
Yes.
Today is the protocol anniversary of Hamza that I was very happy about.
Oh,
it's
awesome.
been 1 year on the protocol. Yeah, and I'm very happy about the outstanding results. I'm very happy about them. So thanks a lot to Dr. Jodie who took out all this time. And
of course, God bless. I'm really happy that Hamza is doing amazing. It's not just thanks to me. It's all the mothers are assistant physicians, aren't they? Some of them are physicians themselves. So it's just an absolute honor to be helping children, to be working with all of you. It's an honor. It's a privilege. I'm glad, you guys are here today. So who's next? Asma, you want to go ahead?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Asma. And it's just we had one appointment and it's working beautifully by far. She's very settled and she's happy.
Awesome.
So, yeah, thank you, doctor.
Of course. All right. Who's going to be next?
Hi, hello.
Hello.
My name is Durenayab. Yeah, hello. How you good?
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Durenayab, and my son Hussein is going on the protocol. Yeah.
Good. Very good. Okay.
He's on the protocol for last 8 months. Yeah, 8 months.
Okay. Very good. Welcome. Someone else, please.
Hello, I am Karunisa, mother of Muhammad Ahmed. We are on the protocol from the last 1 month, and by far he's doing good. His gut issues are settled to some extent, and hope for the best in future.
Yes, of course. Yes, takes time. Good.
Yes.
Someone else, please.
Yeah, I am Bushra, and it's been a while that we are on the protocol, and it's a great journey, good, support that we get from you guys. So yeah, it's been a really good overall.
Good, excellent.
Right, I'll introduce myself. My name is Kiran, and all of you guys know me as Annie. I am mother to Nail Khan. We recently started seeing Dr. Jodie. It's been wonderful by far. So we are excited to be with Dr. Jodie and having a good time so far.
Good. One reminder, please, if there is noise in your environment, can you please mute your microphone until you have to speak? Can I request someone else to introduce yourselves?
Okay, hello doctor, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah, my name is Imran and I'm a father of a 2.8 years old autistic child, and we will have an appointment in the next month, inshallah, with you.
Excellent. I'm glad.
And we are new. Okay, we are new in your family.
Yes, welcome. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Then we have, who's next? Come on, people, let's go so we can get it started.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Hajra, mother of Ali Osija. He's 5.5 years old, and we are on the protocol for the last 6 months.
Excellent. Welcome, Hajra. And Hajra is also a physician, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. Okay, then we are, what about Rida? Rida?
Hello, doctor. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing, Rida? Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm Rida, and I have a son on the spectrum, and we just started, we had our appointment in May, but we started the protocol in August.
Yes. How about Curatulen?
Hello, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Ma'am, we had an appointment in start of August,
Yes.
and we just got our protocol last month. So it's been 1 month we are on protocol, and we recently shifted to Pakistan. So
you
things are
did?
going smooth. Yeah. So things are going smooth till now, and we are hoping for best in coming weeks and coming months, inshallah.
All right, then we have Wajid, Ahmed Zain, Nobia. If one of you can please introduce. Yes.
Yes, hi. Good to see you again, doctor. So I'm Wajid. My son Hadi, who's 7 years old, he's on the protocol, and I think we had a first appointment last year, end of December, and we started around February on the protocol. So it's going good. Good to be here, and thanks for doing this.
Of course, absolutely. Yes, we might have to do a couple more. Looks like, you know, it's been very enthusiastic. And as I said, I absolutely love the questions. It's important to clarify certain matters, you know, without having to make appointments for every small thing. So it's good. I'm happy to. All right. Nobia says her mic is not working. That's fine as long as you can hear us, Nobia. No worries.
So yeah, I have twins and they are gonna be 6 in this October, and I have an appointment with Geo on 27th of October. So very excited, hoping for the best.
Absolutely. What's your name again?
Kiran.
Kiran. You're Kiran from Australia?
No, from UK.
From the UK. Okay. I have a question for Kiran. Kiran, you're not stressed out, right? Like, oh my God, this sounds complicated. I'm out.
No. I'm very excited about the protocols because I heard from Benny and other moms. So they are doing very well. So guidance is there. So hopefully I'll be fine. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, I'm only one person, so we try our best. I'm one person. I'm a little old lady. I try to do my best for everyone, you know, and my goal is to be stress-free. But my goal is also to help people as much as I can. That's why, you know, it's like Sunday morning and I'm here for a couple hours with you. Then I have another podcast in the afternoon. Yesterday, I went to college to visit my son, you know, with like 2 weeks worth of frozen meals to like delivery service, you know, just to make sure that he's eating well. I know, right? You know, so you might find, so I do this every 2 weeks, right? So the week I'm supposed to go there. So last Monday to Friday was my cooking week. So I have to make like 15 lunches and 15 dinners, which have to be frozen along with school snacks, school meaning, you know, for college, we say school, along with snacks as well. So it's that week you might find that getting an urgent appointment might be a little bit difficult, but you know, you do what you need to do for your children, right? So
you are doing great, and we are lucky to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Can kids get a reaction with magnesium, etc.? Some kids have reacted, hives. Honestly, I've never seen that. Since 2009, I haven't seen that. So perhaps, you know, I don't know what kind of magnesium that was used, whoever submitted this question. And I'm sorry, I'm going to stop for 1 second, but that's pretty much the answer for magnesium. I think Dure has her hand raised for a while. You have a question, Dure?
Yes, doctor. First
Yes.
of all, I want to say to that all of the things you are saying they are so relatable. So relatable to me. I'm just thinking that this is my story because the flares and everything. I have a question related to flare, that if a child showing constantly the symptoms of flare, so what that does mean? What does that mean?
Okay, if a child is constantly showing symptom of flare, how can there be a constant? Okay, So you're saying that your child hasn't
On and off. Yeah.
On and off. Okay, that is still. Is he on full protocol?
He is on, but last time you just removed the antimicrobials for some time.
Right. Oh, you mean Herxheimer? Okay. Right.
Yeah,
so that
Herxheimer.
is all right. So Herxheimer is.
I just explain you that my son sometimes he shows symptoms of polyurination, sometimes strange
Yes.
body movements, sometimes autism symptoms, sometimes vocal tics, eye blinking, and off these things are going for like 4 or 5 months.
Yes. Right. So looks like what you're having is exposure combined with Herxheimer. That is, and any parent's worst nightmare.
Yes,
So,
maybe. I have
yeah.
exposures.
Yeah.
And lot of other things, maybe.
Well, no, it's not, let's not generalize that it is a lot of other things. The important thing is to understand what you have to identify the trigger, right? That is why we are having this meeting today. Is I listed all the triggers. So just please make sure that you're able to identify the trigger. For us, when that exposure to that strep carrier happened, it took a few days for me to understand why Brian was having the flare. But in the end, we were able to identify that. I was asking questions. It's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Contact tracing to see what happened. Now, one other example I can give you is one child here, a few towns over from me. His father's brother, or was it themselves? But anyways, long story short is that the child was exposed for a few hours to a brand new car. Okay. And what is that car that is completely, what is Elon Musk's car?
Tesla.
Tesla, duh. Oh my God, I'm getting brain fog. Yes, Tesla. I absolutely know on that car. So I've kind of blocked it out, I guess. But yes, so this poor child is extremely sensitive, right? Even increasing 1 or 2 drops, the mom has to be very, very careful. Now, after 6 months, she was beginning to build up. She was at antimicrobials, 2 drops each, 3 times a day. Karthik was doing amazing. And this happens. So for 2 to 3 hours, he loves riding in a car, gets him to sleep. So because he wasn't sleeping, they said, okay, let's do this. And he went for a car ride. And those 2 to 3 hours increased his cytokines. New car smell. Okay, all the toxins which are contained in a new car smell, that the car that has not been aired out, that has not been wiped down, and it's fully electric, the EMFs were mind-boggling. Okay, so poor Karthik and poor Raji, his mom, 3 months of crazy flare, 3 months. So this child who had started speaking, was now again screaming. He started pulling out his mom's hair. He got aggressive. He's a skinny little thing, but he just got, that the anger and aggression when it comes into play, So Raji had to shave her head because he was pulling clumps of hair out. 3 months. And so it was, I think it was Dad's car. Yes, Dad decided to treat himself, and he bought a new car, and he put his son in there. So after 3 months, now she was able to rebuild everything back up, and now he's doing fantastic. I was speaking with her like once every 2 weeks during the past few months, and now it's back to regular follow-ups, like every 3 to 4 months, because she's learned how, how to identify triggers and how to go up and down with the protocol. So herxing, how to handle it. So feel free to increase or decrease the drops according to what you see. Next question is actually about Herxheimer. So I'll talk about that, and I think we can do. I'm actually planning on doing a complete podcast just on Herxheimers as well. So Herxheimers, what happens? A Herxheimer, again, number one, lose your anxiety as a parent. Don't get anxious. If you know that, he is exhibiting Herxheimer, he or she is exhibiting Herxheimer reactions, then you know that it is good news. And why is it good news? Because we are on the right track. Second thing is, you getting anxious is going to rub off on your child. All right, children on the spectrum identify hugely with mom. So if mom is stressed and anxious, thinking that something is going wrong with the child, that's going to rub off on the child. Okay, and of course, there's always variations. Some kids are like closer to dad and what have you. But again, in other words, family stress, family atmosphere, if it is stressful for whatever reason, mom and dad, it happens in every household, right? When you have a special needs child, it is very, very challenging on the marriage. And, it happens to all of us. And just understand that what is important here is your child. And there's, there are answers out there. And I don't like to say there's a cure, although some, many kids are cured, but there are answers, there are treatments, and you should be kind to yourselves, kind to each other, and understand that this too shall pass. And you will see that each and every one of you here, as you proceed in your life, as your child starts to get better, you will be helping other families in similar situations. And that is like such a blessing to be able to help another family going through difficult times. So Herxheimer reactions are good news cloaked as a flare-up. It just means that we are on the right track, but what it also means that you're probably going too fast, or the body has too many infections that even 1 or 2 drops of antimicrobial herbals and you're having this major die-off reactions. Okay, so what do you do if you have been keeping track that, okay, yesterday, and it usually happens within a couple hours, maximum 24 hours, you'll see the reaction. So it is a die-off reaction, right? So yesterday you added cat's claw, and within a couple hours, you saw self-injurious behaviors and what have you. So remember, cat's claw, what does it do? It kills Lyme disease. Does Lyme disease go to the brain? Absolutely. So if you're seeing any brain-associated symptoms, that's what is happening. You did 1 drop. Okay, so now this 1 drop is also too much for my child. What do? You stop cat's claw for the next few days. Okay, now if you understand the mechanism, cat's claw killed Lyme bacteria. So the dead bacteria and all the toxins from the dead bacteria are now causing trouble. So what do? You stop the cat's claw, and you need to do something to expedite the removal of the dead bacteria and the dead bacteria toxins. So what can expedite the removal? Increase the binder. Increase his pooping. Once again, keep him or her stress-free and happy. You yourself be stress-free and happy, because there is no instant, okay, I'm going to give like 1000 milligrams of ibuprofen and I'm just going to, suppress this thing. Can you do it? Yes. Is that useful? No, because whatever is happening in the background is still happening, right? Ibuprofen is not going to kill your Lyme disease. It's going to bring some inflammation down. That's it. Is it going to bring cytokines down? No. So little by little, when the flare dies down, then you go back to adding 1 drop of cat's claw. And at this time, again, it's quite rare that 1 drop causes a die-off reaction. But if it is 1 drop that's causing a die-off reaction, then next time, mix it in a little bit more water. Okay. And if that causes die-off reaction, then take 1 drop and rub it here. Okay. Your elbow, the wrist, anywhere there is a rich blood supply, right? Because there are lots of blood vessels here, lots of blood vessels here. So if you rub it here, you can do that too and start that way. I have some families, that have to start the antimicrobials in this fashion, like little by little with the absorption. Okay. So feel free. Now, usually flare-ups are seen when you go from 2 to 3 drops, or you say, you know what, hey, he did great with 2 drops. Now I'm going to go to 5 directly. I can't wait to see progress. Let me just expedite it. Let me fast track. Don't fast track. Okay. All right. So that is how you deal with Herxheimer reactions. Anything I did not cover? Go ahead. Good. Now, those of you who have your videos turned off, have you fallen asleep, or is everybody still awake? The videos are coming back on. All right, good. Good. Okay, so everyone is still awake. All right. Is it helpful so far? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Very much.
Okay, good. So now let's go to a few other questions. And if anyone wants me to stop, let me know. I am very passionate about what I do. So I can lecture. I'm used to lecturing for a while. We have another half an hour at the most. So I'm going to try to cover, right, what we can. All right. Usually, how long does a child take to recover? Do they require maintenance after? All right. I can give you an approximate trajectory after your child is on the full customized protocol. And we have a follow-up after that, okay? So say your child went up to full doses of the customized protocol in January, and your follow-up is in April. Based on the progress, I can give you a rough trajectory. No one can give you anything exact. Then also remember that Lyme disease, when it is not just Lyme, I should say co-infections, when there are infections that are combined with PANS, PANDAS, autism, it can take 3 to 4 years. For me, as I've explained many times, it took between 7.5 to 9 years because, I got a lot of wrong information. I traveled to many doctors around the world, tried to come up with the best protocol. And once I was able to do that, then we were at cruising speed. So that's why it took so long. But obviously, the BioNexus protocol is an amalgamation of everything that I've learned in those years. So I don't think you guys are looking at that long, right? Because so many of you in less than a year are seeing pretty good improvements. And that's, keep in mind, the improvements that parents are reporting are brain and gut improvements, okay? Gut and brain connection to try and repair that is like modern medicine says it is impossible. Autoimmune is impossible. Okay, let me get something. Oh, awake, it's midnight there. Oh, goodness. Okay. Where is it midnight? In Pakistan, it's midnight. In Australia. Okay. I actually forget where Nobia is from, but yes, Dure. Who raised the hand? Someone raised your hand. Oh, never mind. All right, so we'll go on. Is it okay to continue? I mean, those of you who need to go to sleep, that's fine. You know, I know you have children, but there are. I will be ending in the next half an hour. So those of you who wish to sleep, that's fine. You know, we will be recording this and putting it on YouTube, so you guys can watch it later. Okay, I'll go a little bit faster. Where was I? Maintenance, right? I'm not going to go faster. I'm happy to do another one, you know, at everyone's convenience. Actually, it's more like my convenience, but I'm happy to do another one. Right. Maintenance. So full protocol for a couple years. Now, remember, co-infections have to be treated step by step, right? We have to address different forms. For example, if it is Lyme disease, then we have to address the spore form, the L form, the blebs, as well as the spirochete. So again, step by step, once all the steps are met and your child is more or less symptom-free for 6 months, that's when I will put you on a maintenance. We'll start to drastically reduce everything, and I'll put you on a maintenance protocol. Now, that maintenance protocol will continue for 1 year, where I will only see you twice in that year, every 6 months, okay? After that, if things are still good, then we will see each other once a year. Okay. One thing to remember is when I say customization of protocol, it's usually after labs are run, right? So we have the numbers. One of the questions was, does everyone have to run all the labs? Because you know, budget concerns, etc. No. I do see many families from all different cultures that have budget restrictions and are not able to run the labs. So in that case, do some research and you will understand that co-infections, biotoxin illness, especially if there is established exposure, it's quite possible to have just a clinical diagnosis. In fact, even the CDC here in the US, the CDC website talks about immune suppression from Lyme disease, other infections, and that lab testing is not really very accurate. So don't wait for that. If you have a practitioner you trust that can do a clinical diagnosis for you, it's okay to proceed with treatment. All right, so that is, you know, certainly an option. We will still go through the step-by-step treatment based on my, you know, couple decades of experience. So if you want to proceed in that way, that's fine. I usually don't like to keep rerunning labs as well. If you want to, like some parents want to have that data, right? You know, you're like left brain and you're like, okay, I want black and white. Here's the improvement. Sure, you know, we can run some labs as well. Or we can rerun the labs. Okay. In case we have little time left to take protocol, overslept, etc., how much minimum time we have to ensure between herbal cocktails, 3 to 4 hours. If the child has to use antibiotic, etc., what additions can we make to the protocol to minimize damage? If you're on the full protocol, no additions required. Okay, you should be fine if you're doing antibiotics for a limited time. Is it safe to use antiparasitic medication for whole family? Yes. Like, for example, Vormox or Zental. Are such medicines safe for use without any organ support or binders? In an adult, liver support and probiotics minimum. In children, if you're using them, just make sure that you're on the full protocol. And obviously, I mean, you have to consult with me if you're doing antiparasitics. It may or may not be the right time to do antiparasitics. Okay, can we give our, last question, can we give our kids other probiotics in addition to what you have prescribed? Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So if you are adding another type of probiotic, right, which is different than the one that is in gut butter, then I would recommend do it only a couple times a week, not every single day, right? So another kind of probiotic would be like Saccharomyces boulardii or Megaspore or anything available locally. It's fine. But if you do too much, then you can end up with SIBO like we did. The mistake we made with Brian was, one extremely renowned practitioner gave us 1 trillion probiotics twice a day while doing PANDAS Lyme treatment. So this was a huge mistake. I didn't know. I'm paying someone, what was that? $800 an hour. Okay. Yes, there are practitioners who charge that much. And so when you do that, all right, I'm doing this. I'm traveling halfway across the country. I'm literally across the country. And spending 2 weeks there, learning, mentoring. Okay, so if this practitioner says we do this, we did this. For 1 year, we had to deal with SIBO. And did the practitioner have any answers? No. Now what do we do? You said, keep doing so many probiotics. We did, and this is what happened. What do we do? I had a child, who went into failure to thrive. And obviously we did not go back. And actually we did go back one time, and the answer I got was, okay, so he's doing okay. He's not aggressive. He's still in a wheelchair. Maybe this is the body's set point. But Dr. Dashore, there are many families who would kill to have a child, as sweet as Brian. Like, really? I'm not giving him away for adoption. I'm just trying to heal him. I'm trying to get him better. So that was, it's just one of the experiences I've had. So yes, bottom line, too much of a good thing is not a good thing. There's so many beautiful questions, perhaps we will reschedule and I'll come on earlier, maybe 7 a.m. my time. I don't mind, right? Next time. So it might be a little bit easier on those of you who are exhausted right now. I know you're exhausted moms already. So any pressing question that you would like for it to be covered today?
Yeah, ma'am, there are a couple of questions that parents asked. In fact, you also asked me to remind about essential oils. Maybe we can cover it later because I think it's a long topic.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that would be a long topic. Yeah, let's do this. How about, let's schedule another one. It'll be on a Sunday. And how about we do it like 7 a.m. in the morning? Eastern time. So that's fine. Because I'm usually up at like 4 a.m. anyways, every day, right? For my yoga and meditation. So 7 a.m. should be okay.
Yeah, it will be fine in Pakistan, no issues.
Yeah, in Pakistan it's fine. Okay, yeah, but other parts of the world, it's all right. No, it's okay. You're allowed. I go to bed at 9 p.m. That's it, 9:30, and then I'm dead to the world. So it's okay if your family is used to, going to bed earlier. That's fine. Plus, many of you all have your nighttime routine as well. So we'll do that. All right.
There are a couple of questions if you.
Yeah, go ahead, Benny.
Yeah, a parent was asking basically this hemp oil that you suggest, although it's a very wonderful product, but it's a little expensive on our budget. So a lot of people want to switch to Charlotte's Web. If it's a good alternate, what do you suggest? And because it also, there's a concern that it contains maybe a very safer amount of THC, but do you allow to use Charlotte's Web? Or it's a broad spectrum hemp oil,
Yes, I
it's
know,
not
yeah.
a pure CBD. Yeah. So can we switch to Charlotte's Web in case it's
yes. If it works for you, go ahead and switch. Yes, absolutely. I tried when I was in Colorado Springs at the Autism One conference in 2017, was when I had signed up for my certification in cannabinoid, right? So right after that, after we gave the exam and we passed and all of that, we were exposed to like 16 different brands of hemp oil. And I found, yes, Charlotte's Web was great. They have different strengths. I actually met Haley, who was the inspiration behind. No, wait, that's Haley's Hope, right? I don't know. I'm getting confused, but I know, someone passed away who was an inspiration for a really good quality CBD oil. But yes, good quality. I've spoken to the founders of Charlotte's Web as well. And what I found was, and we tried them all, and what I found was that the one that I use, that seems to be on the medium side, so you can increase it or decrease it accordingly, and there are no extreme effects. Like, you don't get crazy sleepy, or you don't get tired the next day, you or your child, because I was exposed to mold. I had Lyme and autoimmune conditions myself, and I've had to use hemp oil for myself for anxiety when I had that, and it works really well. So if you have any other brand, that's fine. If it works, that's fine. It should work within 15 to 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, to calm things down, to calm the anxiety down.
And is it okay to use for kids below 6
Sure.
years of age?
Yes.
Okay. So another mother has a question that can we use antifungals, the regular prescription medicines, she mean, along with the protocol? I don't know why she wants to use, she's not here, but she wanted to ask that can she use antifungals along with the protocol?
Actually, I'll talk about antifungals, but about hemp oil from ages 2.5 upwards is what I have used, has been my experience, and it's been okay, depending on the strength and the symptoms. So you have to correlate the strength of the CBD with the symptoms that you're using. I mean, it's fine to use. I've had patients in Israel that have full access to CBD, and I remember mom used to juice it along with the daily green juice. So yeah, sure, it's fine as long as you're seeing benefit and follow the instructions on the bottle. Then coming to antifungals, no Sporanox, itraconazole, fluconazole. I would highly recommend to avoid it. because research shows that the MARCons are stronger. The hypothalamic nuclei in the brain, in the gray matter, is affected more. The melanocyte stimulating hormone goes lower in people also exposed to mold. So if there is no mold exposure, which in my practice there always is, it's what I'm seeing so far, it is best to avoid prescription antifungals. I don't recommend prescription antifungals, right? If you look at the susceptibility lab testing, you will see that naturals are either equally strong or they are better than prescription antifungals. So there's no need to use prescription if you have a good practitioner on board.
Right. Do we still have time or it's over?
Well, it's 10:30 here, and poor Bushra looks half asleep. No, you're okay.
I'm just fine. I have already started hearing banging on the door. I have asked my husband to actually look after the kids, and they have somehow spotted that I'm hiding in this room. So
No. If there are any questions, that's why I'm here. So go ahead. We can squeeze
just a
one
couple
more.
of small questions if you can. Yeah.
Yes.
Just a few.
Benny, I'll take one question and then I need to explain about shipping. So go ahead.
Okay. So can you tell about the Epsom salt baths? Do we need to do them daily or is it okay to do only foot soaks on daily basis? And how longer should we be doing this and the appropriate time?
Okay. Yeah. Epsom salt bath, full bath or foot soaks daily is great. At least 3 times a week will be helpful. If there is flare-ups, then yes, it's best to do it daily. You can add lavender essential oil, like, let's see, Copa Eva and lavender, peppermint. No, actually cancel peppermint, lavender and Copa Eva. 5 drops seem to really help, either in the foot soak or in the full bath. Now, if Epsom salts are not available, then Himalayan salt is fine. Himalayan pink salt is fine as well. Now, if you are doing foot soaks and you are able to throw that water out into the front yard in your plants or whatever, then it is also beneficial if it is just the foot soak, because it's going to be like a little basin and you'll be able to throw the water out. You can add clay to it, right? Bentonite clay, any good quality clay. What's that one called that's available in Pakistan? Multani Matti. That's something that is right. So that's good to add, but I think that can clog up your plumbing if you just pour it down the drain. So you might have to just pour it outside into your little flower bed. So that is something, but yes, it would be added benefit because you're not doing full body. So salt, baking soda, clay, hot water, hot meaning warm, but on the hotter side because it cools down pretty quickly. A couple essential oils, right? Let him watch like a TV show or something, and that's fine. Or if he's eating a snack, you can have him soak the feet. All right, so that brings us to the conclusion of this segment of BioNexus Health podcast series, Autism Uprooted. It was a wonderful Q&A with so many different parents from so many different countries joining us. So I'm very appreciative of those of you. I know it's pretty late in some countries, So I'm glad you were able to make it. We will definitely have another one of these, looks like it benefited. Sorry about the audio. But yeah, so looks like it benefited almost all of you. I think it benefited you, it benefited me as well. I was able to clarify a number of things. So thank you everyone for being here. I'm glad you could all make it. Right, would you guys like to have another session?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
All right.
ma'am.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay,
Please.
awesome.
Please.
Okay, awesome.
Please,
All
please.
right, so good. So I think that is a definite yes, and we shall definitely be revisiting. I've actually had parents from other countries as well as here in the US who heard about this session today, and they want to have one for diet and recipes. So I think that would be beneficial to many. So yes, I shall organize that for sure.
Thank you so much, doctor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining Master Herbalist Dr. Jodie A. Dashore, Director of the BioNexus Health Clinic and BioNexus Herbals, on the BioNexus Health Podcast, where we explore and share information and stories about recovering and healing from chronic and environmental illnesses such as mold biotoxin illness, Lyme disease, autism spectrum disorder, fatigue, Crohn's and colitis, mast cell activation syndrome, PANDAS, and more. Please help us grow our message by subscribing to our podcast channel and sharing the podcast on your social networks. For more information, visit bionexushealth.com.
Information within this video, audio, or text, collectively known as the podcast, has not been reviewed by the FDA. Nothing within the podcast is intended as or should be construed as medical advice. Information is for general informational and educational purposes only. Consumers of the podcast should consult with their healthcare practitioners for medical recommendations. Seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider. Do not disregard the advice of a healthcare provider based on any information from the podcast. The information within the podcast may contain information concerning dietary supplements or over-the-counter products that are not drugged. Our dietary supplement products are not intended for use as a means to cure, treat, prevent, diagnose, or mitigate any disease or other medical or abnormal condition.